How's it going today? Okay, if you're a professional salesperson of any category and you're responsible for making calls to have success on your phone, which quite frankly, in my opinion, is every sales role, I'm talking to you today. I want to just throw out a couple of tips to help you be more successful on the phones. Okay, first and foremost, to be successful on the phones, you have to have a strong script. Nothing new here, no surprise here. We'll talk a little bit about scripts, although I believe scripts are talked about way too much because I believe they're only about 10% of really how you're successful on the phone. Secondly, you have to have massive passion, voice inflection, confidence. The way you sound is extremely important, which we'll talk about. And number three, your ability to actually handle objections is extremely important. So 2 and 3, handling objections and the passion, conviction, and confidence you bring on the phone, in my opinion, represent about 90% of your ability to be successful on the phone. But let's start with number 1, scripts. What makes a good script? Well, first and foremost, it's got to be short, okay? People are busy these days, especially if you're cold calling them. Maybe you've done some other outreach, which hopefully you have, but if you've got someone on the phone, you got to be quick. You've got maybe 10, 12 seconds to capture their interest on the phone if you're lucky. So it's got to be a dynamic, short script. It's got to reference a couple of your current customers, and it's got to reference a couple of the key benefits that they realized by meeting with you. Okay, so that's the components of a good script. Insight Selling, if you've read it or have heard of it, also talks about why act, why now, why us, and why trust. Those are 4 questions that are very compelling that your buyer needs to answer in order to take an appointment with you. So think about those questions. Check out Insight Selling. They got some cool stuff. I'm sure you've heard of them. But it'll help you create a compelling script, but it's got to be short and sweet, okay? So those are the components of a good script. Now, once you've got the good script, you're only 10% of the way there, as we've already discussed. Passion, voice inflection, confidence, the way you sound over the phone is arguably, of the remaining 90%, 60, 70% of it. Objection handling being the rest. So you need to have an incredible amount of enthusiasm, passion on the phones. Now, how do you do that? Okay, first and foremost, and most importantly, whatever script you choose, use the same script over and over and over again. Master that script. Think about the last time you got a phone call from a telemarketer and they're talking to you like this, and they're monotone and they're clearly reading a script. They don't really know it that well. Do you want to sound like that on the phone? Good luck getting appointments, because that's not going to happen, okay? You have to read that script so many times that you could read it in your sleep, that it's the first thing that you say when you wake up. Once you do that, you will be able to be yourself and bring out your own natural energy and passion and enthusiasm to the call, making you significantly more compelling to your buyer, okay? Number 2, smile, okay? You got to smile. When you're talking on the phone, I know you're not looking at somebody, but you need to smile. They can see it. Sorry, they can't see it. They can hear it through the phone, okay? Put a mirror at your desk if you need so you can see yourself smiling, okay? Try standing up as another option, okay? When you stand up, you just sound better. You got a little bit more confidence in your voice. Stand up, have a headset, walk around the room. That'll help you sound a little bit better as well. And record yourself. Right? If you're not recording yourself on the phone, how do you sound? Would you buy from you? Do you have that passion? And think about all of this to really help me solidify this point. When you're talking about communication, about 7% of what you say is the words that you choose, the script, okay? Not that important. About 38% of communication is in how you say it, okay? Starting to get big. And 55% of it is in your body language, okay? Well, guess what? You don't have any body language over the phone. So you're losing 55% of your communication by not being on the phone. So that's how important your passion needs to be. Okay? Last one I want to talk about real quickly is handling objections. Simple rule here. Don't hang up till you get 3 no's. 3 no's. I watch salespeople hang up all the time after the first no, and they just don't push. You're not going to get appointments if you let the first no be the first no. Even the second no, okay? Now, the first no, I want you to think about it for a second. It's very much of an instinctive no. It doesn't necessarily mean anything about whether or not your prospect wants to talk to you or not. It's just instincts. And I'll give you an example of how this works. Think about the last time you went into a store to buy something and you actually intended on buying something, and a salesperson came up to you and asked you to help you, or maybe they had an even better statement to you, and what's your response, right? You're like, nah, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. It's instinctive. It's cultural. We're wired to just reject people for whatever reason. So that first no, don't take any offense to it at all, okay? Just try to come up with something creative to throw them off, right? Hey, that's exactly what we need to meet. Something that I used to use in the past, and sometimes it worked, right? Think of something creative to just throw them off their game, get them back on your agenda, and then ask for the appointment again, okay? Now, if that doesn't work, which it's not always going to work, you need to get a strategy similar to something like feel, felt, found, okay? Feel, felt, found is it's a strategy that's existed for a lot of years, and it's very, very simple, okay? Feel represents empathy, okay? You need to be empathetic and actually express that you've heard what they've said, okay? I understand how you feel. Sometimes it's even good to ask a few more questions about why they feel that way, okay? Felt is when you reference another customer, right? Hey, when I spoke with John last week, he felt very similar to how you're feeling. And so you're referencing that this individual is not alone. And the found part is talking about what they found after we had a discussion was, and then boom, 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 you've got a couple of key benefits that you can talk about that were different benefits from your script, or they were specific benefits that addressed the actual objection that person gave you, and give you a better chance to book the appointment. Now that is very, very effective if you get very, very good at it. I can assure you that. I've done it for years and years and years. Now if that does not work, oh, by the way, once you're done that, go right back to asking for the appointment. It's such a key component. After the first no, try your statement, ask for the appointment. After the second no, feel, felt, found, ask for the appointment again. If that still doesn't work, the last ditch effort, you got to make it simple for them, right? You want your buyer to think, hey, what do I have to lose meeting with this individual, right? Hey, I'm already in your area. You got nothing to lose. If I can't show you something that's of interest to you in 10, 15 minutes, I'm on the road anyways, right? And then go back asking that appointment. So try something along those lines. I'm confident that if you do it and you practice it and you have good passion, voice inflection, and energy and confidence, combined with a good script and world-class objection handling skills on the phone, you're going to be incredibly successful on the phone, which by the way means you're going to be incredibly successful in sales. So if you want to learn more, want to chat, hit me up in the comment section. There is my free assessment. We can chat, and I'd love to talk more. Thank you.